everyone, I'm Ian McCarthy of Lifting for Life, and tonight I'm bringing you the 8th installment of the Lifting for Life Q&A series, in which I answer your questions on video in under 5 minutes. Tonight's question comes from PB Henry 3 here on YouTube, who posted on my last video a comment about having difficulty getting to sleep and staying asleep. And I do first want to note that there are a wide variety of medical conditions which can result in these difficulties, and I'm not a physician. I'm not giving medical advice, and my suggestion to you would be that if you think you even might have a medical condition resulting in these issues, that you talk to your physician about that. Nonetheless, I'm hopeful, I can give you some helpful advice. First of all, I would suggest that you try to maintain a consistent schedule. One of the things I've noticed with folks who have difficulty getting to sleep and staying asleep is that as a compensation for this, they sleep in. Well, the result is that they then, again, have difficulty getting to sleep. It's a self-sustaining issue. So even if you ultimately get to sleep later than you intend, push yourself to get up when you want to get up, and this will allow there to be enough time between when you get up and when you want to be asleep for you to actually get tired enough to sleep. Additionally, I think it's really important to exercise. I'm not sure how valuable this is as a piece of advice for a lot of my audience, but certainly I think in the sedentary population, there isn't something from which they get tired during the day, but you also want to be cognizant of the fact that oftentimes there's a coming down period after exercise in which it can be really difficult to get to sleep. So that's going to be subjective. I certainly know of folks who have told me they train, maybe have a protein shake, then immediately go to sleep. But I know that in my case, I wouldn't be able to do that, so I would suggest your main exercise bout be in the middle third of your day, such that your performance will be better than it would be if you were to train first thing in the day. This really gets into a topic outside of the scope of this video. But you want to maximize performance, you want to actually exercise, and you want to keep it far enough away from when you want to sleep that you're actually able to get to sleep. Additionally, I would suggest consuming carbs prior to when you want to get to sleep. And the benefit of this is serotonin secretion and ultimately increased melatonin secretion. However, I would not eat such a great quantity of carbs prior to bed that carb oxidation gets radically ramped up, because what this actually feels like is your body temperature is increased and you can get really uncomfortable and have difficulty getting to sleep. So you want to strike a balance between getting enough carbs to then get tired and fall asleep more easily, and not eating too many. Truthfully, I think supplementation has, well, let me briefly touch on meditation. I'm far from an expert in this area, but I certainly have noticed improved sleep in terms of getting to sleep more easily, and my sleep quality has been improved as a result of meditation, and I would simply direct you generally toward meditation. I would suggest investigating that. But again, I've actually benefited to the greatest degree from supplementation. I think melatonin is well supported in the literature, overwhelming positive anecdotal evidence in favor of melatonin supplementation. My suggestion is that you start with 1 milligram of melatonin 1 hour before when you actually want to be asleep. Many supplements are 3, 5, or 10 milligrams of melatonin, and in the overwhelming majority of cases, in my experience, this is overkill and can actually result in unpleasant side effects, including grogginess, headache, bloodshot eyes the following day. So start with 1 milligram. You can go as high as 3 if you need it, but don't go to that immediately. I've also noticed improvements primarily in sleep quality from agmatine supplementation. I take 1 gram of agmatine an hour before bed, and ashwagandha supplementation. I've talked a lot about this recently. Clear improvements in stress, depression, etc. And I've not seen in the literature improvements in sleep in terms of getting to sleep easier or improvements in sleep quality. But once again, I've seen overwhelming anecdotal evidence of this. I will recommend ashwagandha to folks. I won't even talk about sleep. They'll come back to me and tell me that their sleep has improved. So once again, not a physician, but few pieces of advice which I hope are valuable to you. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you found it valuable. Share, ask questions for future videos. Okay, peace out.